Good morning, everyone. Ron Nicoletti along with Samantha Perry. Of course, Brian Natt will be joining us throughout the day. And what a day it is, Samantha. It's absolutely beautiful out.
It really is. It seems like we got our weather, our winter weather out of the way now,
Yeah.
and it just could not be more beautiful. The sun is shining, the track is fast, the turf is firm. You're here.
You're here?
Amazing.
Well, it's all good. So, what about the Rainbow Six today?
Yeah, it was some big prices yesterday.
I know.
It was not easy at all. $350,000 in that estimated pool. They put over 330 in it yesterday,
Right.
I think. So yeah, we're gonna be good today.
It's amazing how this thing, when it's not hit, how it just skyrockets. I mean, just a week ago it was nothing. Now it's
Nothing, yeah.
350, guesstimate. I'll call it that. So it's just a great day, as Samantha mentioned. Fast main track, firm turf course, and the first race is going to be on the turf this afternoon. 1 mile and 116. We got to scratch the 7. 13 and 14. Note that the 15 is going to get in and run
Yeah.
in Paradise, and David Egan is on the number 6 horse in here in the opening race. Now, what I meant by that is we got Brian's early pick 5. We'll
Yep.
start with that. Then we got your tropical turf pick 3. So there's Brian's. He's going to single the 4 horse right off the bat. I think that's the one to beat. We'll certainly talk about that race. Too deep in race 2 with Otto. Looks like the main one there. Got spread in race 3. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
And then race 4, he's going to single Trendy, which looks tough for Zappy Joseph Jr. And in the 5th, got a bunch of horses in there, and certainly, I think he has the ones I have, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I thought those were the logical
Yep,
horses in
agreed.
there. $16, very affordable. Getting back to this race, how did you start it off?
Well, the Tropical Turf Pick 3, my ticket, it was hard for me to get this smaller because I could have gone a lot deeper, especially in this first leg. But race 7, which we'll get to in a little bit, I have Run and Rocket on top, but Sousa Summer, Bonus Move, and XY Speed for Mike Lerman. And then in the finale, Queen of Naples is just a single for me. So a $36 play. I think it paid over $1,000 yesterday. It was a good price yesterday, but of course we had a huge blow up of Mutawid.
Yeah.
The 13 and the mile.
Yeah,
and
getting in.
3.
What did that pay? $49, something like that.
Something.
Yeah, I certainly did not have it. A lot of people had that horse. Said it figured it just got lost on the also eligibles.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. So, getting back to this race here, did you start it off with Wanna Be Loved?
No, I started off with the number 3, Ron, just because we'll look at the replay in a second and
Yeah,
want to be loved. But let me finish. I'll finish with Demonchi Gross. I like the little bit of drop in class here. I love the fact that Jorge Ruiz will get aboard. He's one that is very patient in his rides. I think that there will be some speed up front. It should set up well for him. And it was his second time on the grass last time out, and he made a lot of improvement. So I just expect him to just keep getting better.
Yeah, I had him somewhere on my
Yeah.
ticket a little further down, but I agree with you that you got to use him somewhere on your ticket, and you're doing it right on top. Now, Want to Be Loved will show that replay.
Yeah, this is a horse that last time out made his 2-turn on the turf debut, and here he is. Was an interesting race because Royce's ride just kind of set some quick fractions on the front end, and Want to Be Loved as the 6 angles out here. This was his first start in some time, so I think he's going to be more fit for this at least, but it just kind of seems like in neutral, and this wasn't the greatest race.
Yeah, maybe he should improve up there. I think
You
it's
would
an
think.
It's an easier spot,
That's
I think,
true.
today too. Now, what do you do? I'm going to talk about. I don't think you used the 2 to 12 War Commander. You can break from the outside. Now he's debuting on the turf, but he showed steady progress. Well, those pair of route races
Yeah.
on the Tapita. It's Victor Barboza Jr., Ed's Lasix, and you got a Rand Ortiz Jr. at top.
No,
so.
great combination. I think this horse will take a step forward on the turf.
Today.
Turf.
Race number 2, we're going to the fast main track for race number 2. 6 furlongs here. We're going to scratch the 5 Hard Scholar, and Brian's got his early pick 4. We're going to show it, or
We'll just have him tweet it
we'll
out.
have it tweeted out. How'd you start with this? Did you use Otto?
I
Yeah.
did, yeah. Otto. Otto was a very heavy favorite on debut, as he should with the Arundel connections that day. I had in my notes from last year that should win first time out. So
Yeah.
he was working that good, but just finished 3rd here, and it was kind of a there off you lose a little bit situation. The only knock on him, I'm going to say, coming back now into this race, first off, they haven't cut him, which you're 5 now, all right?
Yeah.
And also, you haven't been working at this track. You've been working at the Arundel farm, and that kind of bothers me.
Yeah, so we'll see how it runs there. What about the horse you use in second? The 6 I did not use, and that's Flight Till Dawn. This is Mark Paisley, last seen on the main track at 7 furlongs.
Yep, but now we're going to cut back to the 6. The 6 furlong race with the Bug back in September was a really good one, and that's the one I'm just kind of looking at.
I did go with the number 7 in there, and that is a Sunday song,
Ah.
aptly named
Yeah.
today. And this
Fun on a
one, you got
Sunday.
Gary Jackson dropping down. Hey, 35 last time, finished the 6th. This is a spot where you think this horse would wake up, but it looks like the race certainly going to go through
Yeah.
Otto there.
Definitely.
Race number 3, we're going to go under to Peter at 1 mile and 1/16, and there is no scratches or jockey changes. Of course, when we're done, Pete will give you all that good stuff that you need. How'd you see this one? You went, hey, we both went with an outside horse, and that's Magic Slips.
Taking a good necessary drop in
Yeah.
class, I think. Second started off the Woodbine angle. Last time was his very first time going 2 turns, and I think he ran well, just considering, and will be one more fit too. He's already got a feel now of the track.
We both have Dixie Preach in second. Got a
Yeah.
replay we want to show.
Yeah, this was just a good effort, and this was coming back right off of the win on January 12th. So this horse won for the 12.5 level and was an 0 for 19er when finally winning, but came back and ran really well here. You see this horse, when he angles out a little bit under Irad Ortiz, the Irad got a lot of run out of him. The Irad's done a very great job with him, as he does every horse, and he just couldn't get by. Whittingfield just had a little bit of a lucky necking out.
And you bring this up a lot of times, 0 for 19. All of a sudden, these horses wake up and they run 3, 4 good races, and they find their level, and something clicks in their mind, and they start running.
They do.
So I agree. I had that in my analysis, actually, what you said. Then you got the number 5. At least you do
Yeah,
too.
do
We got
too,
the
yeah.
same try. And that's Get Ready to Rock is stepping up to face winners after responding. That was the first race in Danny Gargan's barn. He ran good in there, beat those 12.5 maidens.
Yeah, he did, and did it in a workmanlike way, but got the job done. And obviously, Danny Gargan got some improvement out of him.
Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out, and that is race 3. What we'll do now is take a short break. When we come back, we'll have my Rainbow 6 ticket.
And they're off.
Win big with new DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Ron and Samantha, a beautiful Sunday morning here, 11:33 a.m. Giving them the exact time so they know what's going on here. And what is going on in race number 4 is the Rainbow 6. So let's take a look at my ticket here. And it's, I could have spent way more than this, so I tried to pare it down. I didn't have a single today. My best bet was scratch, so I didn't have that real single. So we'll talk about this 4th race. In the 5th, as you mentioned, I'm going 2, 3, 4 in there. 4 on top being a Bet Stormy. I think it's going to run well for Safi. Race number 6, just 2 for me, and that's the 3 Rum Saint Spirit and the number and the Freegon I used on the ticket. Race number 7, I faded XY Speed, but I had to put him on the ticket.
Okay,
I had to. I picked him 4th. I'm trying to beat him. He's probably the one to beat. I couldn't leave him off the ticket, thus going 4 deep in there. And here's where it gets a little, where I could use more horses. In the 8th race, I just have the 4 and the 5, and the 4 being Zealous Moon. And then last, I went with the 4. I like African Waters for Jimmy Toner, but I used the 7 horse in there. I didn't use your single Queen of Naples. Now, I picked it on my ticket. ticket. I just didn't use it on my
Okay.
Rainbow. I didn't want to go for $80-something.
Yep,
Not
yep.
my style. You know
Yep,
what I mean? So
it's
I
not, no.
tried and pared it down. Now, getting to this fourth race, Brian did, you could make a case for maybe singling Trendy in here.
You could, yeah, absolutely. And I'm not trying to be a contrarian
Right.
by not picking her
Yeah.
on top. It's not that. I just think that it's where have you been? You change trainers now. Horses first time with Safi, they strike very, very at a high percentage win rate. But the last few races, even though she has been here before on this track, I don't trust her. This is a big drop, and
Big
I
drop.
just don't trust her.
Yeah, I mean, I give it the tepid call in here, really. I had to put your top pick on
Yep.
that Candyland for those reasons, stepping up to the next level. We know this horse ran well for Mike Lerman, so I did the same thing by using those two.
Yeah, and watch this race coming back because we'll see Refugiata a little bit later in the card today too. But you just said it a bit earlier. Once those horses they get the win under their belt, they're just eligible to keep going. Brian picked Candyland last time out. I think that was his long shot. It
Oh,
was a
really?
Good pick, yeah.
Yeah, good pick. So then you got What a Knockout, who's been searching for this non-winners of three condition since 2023. So this one came close last out. Finished second at 30-1. Is this the one that woke up too?
Yeah, it seems like it. It really does, especially now you'll get Jorge Ruiz in the saddle, and I think that Edgar Perez did a good job with the horse last time too, but I do like the fact that Jorge Ruiz gets on.
Yeah, so that starts Rainbow Six. So we flip the page and we go to race number 5, and this one's a mile 70 yards on the Tapeta, and it's claimers. Phillies Mares 4 and up. You're going to scratch the 7, Anonymous Source, and the number 9, She's So Sexy. And Samantha, you have your late pick 5 ticket here.
I do. We'll take a look at it, and I've got 2 singles. I'm spreading in this race. Race number 6, this is my best bet split strike. This is maybe a race that I don't feel super confident in out of my whole
Right.
ticket. Race number 7, I do have the 2 on top, Runnin' Rocket. Race number 8, I have the 2 on top as well. That's Special Aviator. And in the finale, there's the single of Queen of Naples. It's $40.
Well, that horse in the seventh race, the number 2, that's my long shot today, so I'm glad you picked it.
Yeah,
Is yours?
good. No, but
Okay,
my
but you-
long shot's in this race.
No. Oh, okay. So now, what is your long shot? Do you want to show the video first? What are we doing here with the number 4? What do you got? Number 1 horse, excuse me. Now, what is this? Lieutenant Stark or Light Stark Winter?
You know this horse.
I
Come
know the
on.
horse. I
We'll
know.
take a look at the replay.
I want her to say it.
Yes. Lieutenant
She
Stark
loves
Winter.
this stuff.
Yep, here we go. So, gang is all here, Ron. Everybody's here. But look at how far back Lieutenant Stark Winter was in this race, and look at the move here. And Dialythic is running. Candyland is the one who wins this race,
Right.
who we'll see in the race before that
Right.
here. But this horse is just eating up ground with every stride. He was just way too was just way too far behind there. And I think you look at her form and you look at when she's in these $8,000 levels, she's usually no worse than fourth or fifth or third. So, why not today? You're facing a similar group here. Maybe you'll be closer today, drawing on the rail. It's a spread race, but why not have a piece?
Yeah, no, it's great. There you go. 15-1 on the morning
Yeah.
line. Jorge Ruiz, great rider, will
Yeah.
be in the saddle. Inside post going long on the Tapeta should not be a problem. I did go with Bet Stormy. I just thought Bet Stormy on the drop was a major player in here, and you have it on your ticket.
Yeah,
so.
she was really impressive in her lone Tapeta start this summer.
Yeah. Edgar Zeiss, he had a nice win
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah, beautiful one. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it in the lightning
Yeah,
round, but
yeah.
just such a cool horse, cool dude.
Yeah, so it's like Samantha said, maybe this is where you take that little bit of a
I
shot.
think so,
you know,
too.
like-
It seems wide open.
She takes cash to 3 horse. I had in the ticket, moves to the Jose D'Angelo barn, drops a level. After he stalked the pace, he finished third against those 12-5, 2 lifetime claimers. I think it's just lateral move.
I think so, too. I think I think I put her on my late pick 5. I hope
Yeah.
I did. I had her star to put on. I hope I did. But, yeah, she could move up, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a wide open race, and it's a good way with the late pick 5. You'll be able to look at the odds on the board and see how you're going to play out with your late pick 5 ticket. Then you turn the page, and you go to
We do that, yeah.
you go to race 6. This one's a sprint now, 5.5 on the Tapeta. These are claimers. They're 4 and up. We're going to scratch the inside horse. Fulanito was declared at that race. And let's go back and show you. Did you start with Split Strike?
I did. You want to show Brian's ticket?
Oh, Brian's ticket.
Let's do
That's
that.
right. They
Yeah.
picked 4. Yeah. So, he's got a lot of coverage.
Wow.
You know that race 7 is the one I was saying.
That's
you gotta,
tough.
But you got to do that, and then
Yep.
they got your single. in the
Yep,
last.
he does. That's great. Really nice horse, I think. We'll see, but I feel like that's pretty similar.
Yeah.
It's funny, though. My single he's not using in the first leg. That's just that kind of race.
Yeah, it really is. So getting back, scratch the one Fulanito. Now, you did go with Split Strike on top of your ticket.
I did. So first off the claim now for trainer Lisa Lewis. Let's look at the race here because this is first off the claim from Lisa Lewis now in the Carlos David barn, who is very, very prolific with his first time off the claim moves. But watch Split Strike here. She's going to try to go inside okay? So he tries to maybe think about going that way, okay? And nope, we're not going to go that way. You can't do that on the Tapeta. It just doesn't bode well for you. You just have to kind of pick a spot and then just go. But look at the way the horse runs on. I mean,
Yeah, once he leveled off,
Yeah,
he just took off
he
again.
did.
Yeah, good replay to show
Yeah.
there. So Split Strike, 8-1 on the morning line.
Yeah.
Boy, what a day Luis Saez had yesterday.
Yes.
So you're getting the best of everything. I did go with the number 5 horse in here, Freegon, who's stepping up a notch. Returned from like a 2-month freshening. Finished third. Is a half length behind a pair of dead heat winners.
Yeah.
So it was everybody was at the wire at
Yeah.
that time. Finished. So I went with him. The 3 horse you have on your ticket too, going to the Robert Moscow barn.
yeah, that's great to see this trainer down here. He's claimed a couple of horses, and this is a nice horse. The speed in this race is what I feel like could be a make or break because it looks like there's a lot of it on paper, right?
Yeah,
Theoretically.
you got Nando who's going to be going to
Yep.
the lead. You got a bunch of horses in here. You know, Free Gun, one of the horses we just talked about. And then you got Air Force Cruising, who's stepping up to face winners. He used his speed for Kent Squeezy to score. Who's in
Yeah.
the saddle? Jorge Ruiz. Got
Yeah.
a lot of good mounts today.
Yeah. What do you do with Nano Man? Because they're going to bet this
Yeah.
horse because of Irad on the
Yeah,
horse.
yeah.
But where have you been?
Yeah. I mean, I had him a little further down
Yeah,
on my
me
ticket,
too.
as you see. I'll watch one.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see how it is. So another wide open affair in race number 6. Going to race number 7. Now we got the coast to coast again
We
today.
do, yep. We took a shot with it yesterday. It paid well. It's funny, the only races I won were the Santa Anita races. That always happens to me.
You didn't win here, you win
I
Santa
always, I don't know. But how did your ticket do yesterday?
Not good. I was knocked out in the first leg.
Yeah, me too.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's all right. But we're going to do it back again today.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it starts in race 7. It's 2 of our races, then 3 from Santa Anita. You know, we'll show you that later on. We're going to scratch. Well, this is 5 on the turf.
Yeah.
It's an allowance optional claimer. Going to scratch the 8, full disclosure. We both have Running Rocket on top of our ticket. And I guess, you know, I just thought that going back to the grass, return from Kentucky, chased those swift fractions last time out, finished second against this level for Brian Lynch. Tyler Gaffleone, thought it was all good.
I think so too. And he was a horse coming into this race, the last race on December 8th. He was breezing with Silent Heart, who was so impressive on Friday afternoon. And I think just at the end of the day, I like this horse a lot better on the grass. So, and he's got a race under his belt here now.
Now, before we show you Sosa Summers replay, I want to show what you picked up for XY Speed.
Yes.
I don't know what you have him second. You could see I put him in fourth. I tried to fade him, but I couldn't leave him off my ticket. Let's watch that.
Yeah, this was his win last time, Ron, and this was an interesting race too because he didn't do what he normally does. It was like he was a little tardy. He's learned how to rate, and this is with Paco Lopez aboard him. Paco will be aboard here today as well, so he knows how to win on this horse. He knows how to get him up in time. This was a nail-biting finish here, but XY Speed just got it done, and he's one that you look at his Janus race.
Right.
Was it just too deep of waters for him?
It just was not. You showed the one where he won last time, but I just thought he was sort of going in the wrong direction
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yep.
But he's coming back in a really good spot. He's not facing the horses he faced in the stake, especially Coppola, who was just the fastest horse. Just he goes out of the gate,
Oh,
he's gone.
amazing, right?
Two
Yeah.
in a row he got. So
Yeah.
So
It's a tough race.
Yeah, no shame on losing to that horse who's just been so impressive here. When you handicap this race, and I love the fact that you got this horse in fourth, I got it in second. I thought I'm talking about Sousa Summer, was the one to beat. And we got that replay.
Well, so this is a breeze from this horse in the
Breeze.
morning, Ron. This was on January 10th, so almost a month ago. And I wanted to show this was the first work back with Jose D'Angelo. So it first worked back off of a layoff as
Right.
well. Hadn't been seen since November. So now has a bit more time in the barn of Jose D'Angelo. This guy here, this was his first work, so I didn't expect him to be 100%. And watching this work, he wasn't 100% fit in this, but he's had 2 more drills since then. The gate drill on January 24th, although it is not on XBTV, that's fast for Palmettos from the gate there. So there's intent. When you get Irad Ortiz, there's a reason for it.
Right.
This is a really nice horse, and he's won stakes races on the grass.
Yeah.
But how is he going to come back on this track? And what about the 5 furlong flat distance? This
Yeah.
might be a bit too sharp.
Yeah.
5.5
sharp.
seems to be his.
And like you said, XY Speed could rate. Now, I think
Yeah.
XY Speed's going to try and go, and the way
Yeah.
the race sets up. So it's very, very interesting race here. The
It
4-horse Mattingly, you think
Yeah.
might have a shot
He's
there.
coming back,
He's
yep.
solid. He faced stakes quality sprinters in the summer. It makes his first start. He proved no match to who? Chikari. And,
Yeah.
in the grade 2 Secretariat, I think, at the Colonial Downs. Coming back for Joe Orsino, Lasix, and Dylan Davis continues to ride fantastic here.
Yep, he does. This horse, at the end of the day, he's no wins on the grass. So is today the day? Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see how it works out, but a horse you might want to look at.
Right.
Going to race number 8, we're going to stretch it out to 1 mile and 1/16 under the Peanuts allowance. And here was the big scratch for me today, and that was War Signal. That was my best bet. I think it might have been Brian's too. I'm not positive about that. Other horse is not running. So, I bumped up the number 4 horse in here, Zealous Moon, who I thought maybe had a shot in here. I mean, I was counting on the other horsemen. Debuting on the Tapeta, gets Lasix. They shipped in and finished in even third against those 75 optional claimants. Small sampling, but Riley Mott is like 39% switching to the Tapeta. I think it's a lot up in Turfway.
Yeah,
so.
but that's still impressive. And
Yeah.
everything he brings to the paddock, they come to run, and they come to win, too. And you wonder about the Tapeta track with this filly here, but you would think that she'd be able to handle it, but not always. But that was such a tough race that she was coming out of.
Yeah. Now you got Special Aviator. This is
I
one of
do.
the horses that you actually singled here.
Well,
On one of your tickets, right?
No, that was the Split Strike.
Oh, the split-
it was a
Split Strike,
2,
oh.
but yeah. Special Aviator, the debut was very impressive. He
Right.
passed horses, which is really hard to do as a 2-year-old, especially as a first-time starter. She passed horses. She's got a really long stride. I don't pay attention to the 2 stakes races.
Right.
You've got to try a race like that. Well, okay, the Argue Peggy, of course, because that was a nice race.
Right.
But the Ginger Brew, I think she kind of snuck by with the race setup of Our Dear Peggy. But at the end of the day, we know, 1, that she can pass horses, and 2, she likes this Tapeta.
And Nitrogen came back to win again yesterday.
No, her stablemate.
Oh,
Dixon.
stablemate. That's a stablemate. Came back. Yeah, so good pick there for you in there. And like I said, I was all planning
It's
on
tough,
War
yeah.
Signal being my signal. You made single, excuse me. Then you go with the number 5, Hello, Hello, Hello.
Yeah.
We got a replay we want to show.
Yeah,
that
we'll show this filly here. This was the similar race that she was in last year, the allowance race. War Signal will not come to play. That horse was going to be tough today. But Hello, 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 the 7. She switched leads nicely right there, and it just kind of seemed like she was on the rail and just seemed a bit in neutral. But at no point of this race did I think, okay, she was going to win.
Right,
and I
right.
don't know if it's just because War Signal was that good.
Right.
But also, I don't know. She's a tough one to get on the right side of.
Yeah, so she goes, and you got good connections, Ronnie Spatz, Tyler Gaffleone in the saddle. So,
Yeah.
it's a 5-horse field. So, a pick like yours, Special Aviator, might be the way to go because, these other horses, I bumped them up. They were
Yeah.
not my top
Yeah.
pick, So with that said, we'll go to the last race, and this will be leg B of the Coast to Coast. If you're interested in that today, Milan is 16th on the turf, maidens, and no scratches, no jockey changes, and apparently I didn't get the memo on Queen of Naples that you two guys singles.
Queen of Naples is making the first start in the barn of Brendan Walsh. I love when he gets horses for the first time because he usually does very well with them, especially when he runs them on the grass here. She had 2 races on the dirt at Santa Anita. You watch her breezes in the morning at Palm Meadows on the turf course. Watch out. Recently, she's been working with Manushka, who ran in the Pegasus Filly and Mare's Turf, and works well with her. So when you get Tyler Gaffleone aboard, too, there's intent.
And that race she comes out of, albeit on the dirt at Santa Anita, that horse came back, Jane Austen, to win again. So it was a good race. Another horse in that field came out to win again. So certainly a good pick here. And this is actually the favorite on the morning line.
Yep.
I did go with the number 4, African Waters, for Jimmy Toner. And they've got a replay we're going to show.
Yeah, we will. She ran well last time, but it's like she's a bit of a grinder here.
Right.
She was a $1.2 million Warfront purchase, and there she is in the checkered blinkers. She switches her lead. She's so big. She really is. I mean, you look at who she's running next to, and she just grinded it out. And to me, it just seemed like, and maybe not so much she got tired, but she just has that even pace.
Right.
She doesn't have that explosive turn of foot, that quick turn of foot that you see on the grass typically. But I think she's going to move forward from that. And then you get Luis Saez aboard as well.
That's going to help. And I mean, this was my long shot last time, and now just my pick, not my long shot. But African Waters, and boy, do I love the work that Jimmy Toner does. So I'm always looking his way. And you make a great point with Luis Saez has just been riding in great form and had a big day yesterday. So, and then you got a couple. What about the number 7 horse in here, Restless Dreamer?
Yeah.
It's not a bad horse.
No, not at all. And she was really rank in her November 10th race. She just never could settle. Around the first turn, it's like she just took off, and Paco can never get her settled back down. She kind of kept throwing her head at him, and it just was never a comfortable trip. But now, being in the 7 post, and I think maybe the way the race will set up, he can just kind of draft behind, maybe.
Yeah, she got nailed at the wire
Yeah,
last time.
Considering the way that she ran that whole race, the fact that she just was nailed at the end is impressive.
And then you got the number 1 horse in here, Appellate, who's turning back. At first thought, set the pace, finished second. Now that's going a mile and 5/16 at Kentucky Downs. Now that's September, but it's Todd and it's IRAD, so you got to give them a second look.
Yeah, you really do. But when they run their only really good race on paper is at Kentucky Downs, I don't trust that too much. Yeah, I don't.
Well,
it's a different track.
That's how we see the 9 races, but we're not done. We got the lightning round here, and it's a really good one because we had a special day yesterday.
Yeah, it was Holy Bull Day yesterday, and thank you to everybody who was with us, who sent it in, who was with us for 12 races yesterday. It was so much fun, and Burnham Square, you loved this horse.
I love this horse.
You picked him on top, right?
Yeah,
you did. Let's look at the replay. Now we got Derby points for this guy.
What do you get, 20, right?
Yeah.
20 points.
How about this? Ron was on this horse. I watched this race again this morning, just, after the hype of yesterday. You want to watch it again.
Right.
This horse, it's funny. Look at how much smaller he is compared to Tappan Street.
Right.
But he's just an athlete. I mean, he just kept going. He wants to run all day long, and Ian said it in his interview, too.
Yeah, he said he wanted to run. And, I had the pleasure of interviewing Edgar Zayas before the race, and he was just so confident, with the horse, and that's why he was my pick and already. But then when I got it, I said really confident, and I like the fact that the horse won at a mile and a 16.
That makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I agree.
So that was my thinking there. So 20 points.
Yeah, very, very fun stuff. And then, of course, with the Phillies division, the forward gal, as we're on the road to the Kentucky Oaks, Eclatant.
Yeah, Equitant.
Wow,
Yeah.
this was a beautiful victory here.
Yeah, she was very impressive, and who she almost beat. She did beat her stablemate.
She did,
who was coming through and on the outside. But this is just 7-11. They finished, of course, for Brad Cox, and very impressive in here. The Queen's MGI, that horse, he didn't win this time, but he just makes me crazy.
I know, but I think she'll win next time. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it. She ran huge,
Yeah, no.
considering, especially coming off the New York race. So
Yeah.
I think that we'll expect big things from her. And then Eclaton, she never switched her leads. That could be a problem moving
Right.
forward, but that's just something that she's done. So I don't know. Is she vulnerable moving forward?
Well, we'll see how it is. I mean, she was in for a sprint. Maybe she's just that sprinter.
Maybe,
type,
yeah.
and, see how she runs in there. And, of course, it was exciting. Brad Cox, 1-2 finish.
Yeah.
And, so.
It was fun. It's just, these days are so much fun out here for us.
And we got the coast to coast, right?
Yes, we do that coast to coast today. 15% takeout, $1 minimum every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We've got 2 races from here and then 3 from Santa Anita. It's going to take you 3 hours on the Sunday to get through, and they pay very, very good. And he's very close at this. You're good at this.
Yeah, but I'm going to get your Santa Anita picks.
Yeah, well,
you only win there, and I might be able to win here. So maybe together.
Maybe, there we go. Hey, I like that idea. Yeah, that's a good one.
Tropical Turf, it starts early today.
Yeah, it does. Races 1, 7, and 9 today. It is the 3 long grass races on the card. $3 minimum wager. It paid over $1,000 yesterday. Get involved. It's such a great wager. I like my ticket a lot today. I like my anchor at the end. It's going to be a fun day.
Yeah,
racing.
$36. That ticket is there. Now, your best bet today?
It is the 2-horse in race 6, Split Strike.
Yeah, Split Strike.
Yeah.
Mine was scratch, so I got no best bet today. We talked about that horse being scratch war signal. Your long shot today?
It is LTE Stark Winter for me, the mare, the Gray Wonder.
Anything with lizards, whatever they are, dinosaurs, whatever they are, she loves.
Yeah,
Mine is Running Rocket, who you have on top. I like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's it for us. We're going to turn it over to Pete Aiello. Of course, Brian's going to join us throughout the afternoon. Pete will give you everything you need to know. Have a winning day. Good luck.